Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alice. I'm a biomedical scientist here in the UK, and in this video I'll be talking about 8 key things I think you should know if you're considering starting a biomedical science career in 2025. These 8 things are in no order of priority. Number 1 is not more important than number 8, neither is number 8 more important than number 1. So I want you to watch this video till the very end. Now the very first point I'll be talking about is expect competition. I have people who actually reach out to me and say, are there job opportunities in biomedical science? How is the career, how is the job market like? And the truth is, every job market is competitive. A couple of job markets are more competitive than the other, but that is not to say that no job market is competitive. So for every job you're trying to get, you have to understand that at least 10 or more people are also trying to get that similar job. If you're doing applications or trying to apply to jobs, you give it your best. If you come with that, if you understand that it's competitive, you'll not just do the BRS minimum when applying for jobs. You know that, oh, as I'm applying for this role, there are maybe 100 other people applying for this role, which means I have to make sure that my application is better than the remaining 100. Because the goal when you're trying to either do a job application or make interview is not to be perfect, but your entire goal, like I tell them, the entire goal for you going for an interview is that you want to be the best candidate. You want to be better than every other person that is there. So it's not just about, oh, I want to go and do my best. As much as yes, that is true, you want to go with the mindset that it's not just about doing my best, because your best can be somebody's BRS minimum. So you want to go with the mindset of, oh, I want to be the best candidate for this job. So that is always the mindset to have. But that's now not to say that there are not people who actually just apply for jobs. Grace makes the difference. Yes, you can apply for a job and then you get it immediately, or you apply for one. But the most important thing is, let grace meet you prepared. Let favor meet you prepared. So there is something for the grace to work on. So always remember that it is competitive. There is competition. The job market is competitive. Biomedical science as a career is competitive. Every career in the health field and beyond are actually competitive. So this is one thing, very important thing you should know as you're starting this journey. Number 2 is your master's degree won't teach you everything. Yes, I said it, your master's degree won't teach you everything. Personally, for me, I did a 5-year course in biomedical science or mid-lab, as the case may be. And even in my undergrad 5 years did not teach me everything I need to know. Okay, yes, it taught me the basis, the foundation of everything I will need to know and to be able to build on. Similarly, your master's program is just going to be a year or 2 years at the most. It won't teach you everything you need to know. It's just going to focus on an area and build on it. And if you're coming to the UK, for example, for your master's degree, they will focus more on theoretical, novel diagnostic process, depending on what you're doing. But basically things that are more theoretical than practical. Anyone who has done a master's degree in biomedical science in the UK can attest to that. And my comparison is based on what I learned in my undergrad. Obviously, my undergrad was 5 years, so you expect more practical. So your master's degree is just going to be a year or 2 years if you're coming here for your master's. So don't expect that your master's degree is going to teach you everything you need to know to get a successful career or to be successful as a biomedical scientist. You need to do more. That alone is not enough. That is not the only recipe for getting a job as a biomedical scientist. In fact, technically speaking, some people argue that you don't need a master's to get a job as a biomedical scientist, which I totally agree. Does getting a master's help you in a way? Yes, it definitely helps you. It gives you opportunity, gives you platform. It helps you learn some other things that you might be able to apply in your career journey overall. But does it really give you? It gives you an edge in some cases. But then I want you to understand that that is it. You can't say, oh, I'm doing a master's and that's the end. You need to learn more. You need to open your mind that, oh, I need to learn other skills. What else do I need to be able to get this job? You need to research. You need to read. Very important to note, because I have a lot of people who probably did not do biomedical science degree in their undergrad and they are coming to do a master's degree in biomedical science here, and they think that is everything and that is going to get them sorted. Please no, do your research. You need much more. You are not as, I feel like people who did a biomedical science degree in their undergrad have an edge over you, definitely, because obviously they did the degree, they have the practical experience, they have lab experience. So if you're coming in from another profession, do your research properly. The master's degree is not enough. And also, just one thing to note, please check that your master's degree is accredited by IBMS. That's if you did not do biomedical science in your undergrad and you still plan on practicing as a biomedical scientist here, please do your research well. This takes me to my next point, which is soft skills matter as much as technical knowledge. Yeah, so as much as technical knowledge is good, you know the diagnosis, you know the principles of test. If they give you 120 organisms, you can identify them. Beautiful, that's beautiful. But you have to understand also that your technical knowledge or your technical skills is not the only thing being weighed when you're looking for a job or when you're trying to apply for a job. It takes more than technical knowledge to actually get jobs. You need to have soft skills, you need to have other skills. So it's not just about knowing the principle, knowing how to add A and B. Even in an interview, for those who have done interview, you'll be able to attest that they don't just ask you questions about your bench and everything. They'll ask you scenario based questions. If you're in this if this happens, what are you going to do? If you have an issue with your line manager, what are you going to do? So they want to see how you react or how you interact with your colleague. You pass the technical skill part and you don't pass your soft skill question, it also means that you're losing points basically, and you might not be the best candidate, because there might be someone who will get good on both sides. And at the end of the day, an interview success is based on your overall question, not just how good you are in one aspect. If you get a band 6 job, a band 7 job, or a band 8 job, as the case may be, there are things obviously they will expect you to know, but they will not just put you on a bench. You will still go through training, you still go through competency checks and all that. So they know they are going to train you. So to an extent, nobody's really looking for a perfect candidate only theoretically. They want somebody who is all-rounded. So my next point is salary might not be what you expect. See the way I'm smiling? Because I've experienced it. I think this is something I understood the more I grew in the profession, that, you know what, sorry to say this, but biomedical science career is not the most lucrative job out there. I think if you've done your research, you will know that it's not the most lucrative job out there. And even what they will tell you, even the salary range you probably get is in countries like the UK. I'll be focusing on the UK because that's where I am. They will give you a range per annum, maybe 30k per annum, 35k per annum. By the time you break it down, they remove tax, they remove pension, bro. What you have is just let me just leave it at that. What you have is just basically, it's just enough for you to survive, and you're not struggling. You're just here. Okay, yeah, maybe not below nose level, but you're just here. It's not very lucrative as a job. But then I also want to say that sometimes you want to get to a position where maybe you're earning, I'm just going to give examples. Maybe you want eventually in 5 years, your goal is to be in a position where you're earning over 50k, and you currently see a role that is 29k. You now say, oh no, my job role, what I want is 50k or nothing. In biomedical science, that's like band 7, band 8 ish. That's like band 7, band 8. And trust me, those roles don't come easily. And then for you to get those roles, there's a lot of experience involved. See, I'll still talk about that in another video. But basically what I'm saying is that just understand that it's a building block. So it is okay that even if you get a job, for example, and salary might not be what you expect, go there with the mind that, okay, this is not what I want, this is not where I'm going to, but it's a building block or a stepping stone or a stepping step to where I want to get to. So I might be starting with maybe a 20k per annum salary, but I know my goal is 50k, and that will even make you double down on your hustle more, I guess. Like, oh, what do I need to get to the next bigger role? What do I need to get to next bigger role? And you will not be complacent, like, oh, just staying, because you know you have a goal. But the mindset is, don't let salary stop you from getting jobs, or don't let salary be a deterrent for you when it comes to getting a job. Or you see a room maybe at 5 and you're saying, 29k, what would 29k? Especially, I know obviously circumstances differ for different people, but maybe you not see a job 29k, not say 29k, me that I want to be going to Montenegro like once every 2 months. 29k cannot fit my lifestyle expenses. And you now say, oh, I'm going to wait till I see the one of 40k. Just understand that it's a stepping stone. The salary might not be what you expect at the beginning and maybe eventually, but then you know what you want and then you can work towards it. That can be a stepping stone. That takes me to my next point. Point number 5 is don't stay too long outside the field. Now, the field is competitive, like I said at the very beginning. But then staying too long, what I mean by don't stay too long outside the field is don't, now you want to be a biomedical scientist at the end of the day. You want to work in the lab, you want to work on bench. Now, as international students, we don't have so much of an option. You know, when we come, you have to pay your bills, you have to do the side, like while you're a student, you have to, you know, do anything that comes, not like anything that comes, but you get the drift. And most of the time you might not be able to see a lab role or a role in biomedical science that can afford you that, oh, the fact that I am going to school, I'm working 20 hours. Not everybody gets lucky. Now, there are a couple of people, there are very couple or a rare number of cases that, you know, some people were able to work part-time in a lab or something while working as a student and, you know, getting money off it, but it's not the norm. So obviously there's already that 1 year gap, but technically when you're talking about it in your career or your job role or your CV, you can put it as, oh, that 1 year I was doing my masters. You don't lose too much on that. But then after finishing your masters, you see a lot of time, maybe you don't get a job immediately and then you get something that pays the bill, maybe admin role, care, whatever the case may be. And then sometimes people just stay there for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And then 4 years later, you decide that, oh, I want to come back to be a biomedical scientist. It's not so easy now because you have a gap in your CV. And you cannot, if you're applying for a biomedical scientist job, you cannot say, oh, you can't really state that, oh, I was doing care, or I was working in Sainsbury for something, or I was working in Asda, those kind of things. So the longer you stay outside, so sometimes it's harder to get back into the game. If I clock out the bench work at the moment, there's nothing that's going to drag me back. I promise you, nothing. I can't even think of it. Like, what can bring me back to like 9 to 5 bench work? Maybe once in a while bench work, but to come back fully, nope. I will most likely go into other areas of biomedical science. I will not be coming back to bench work area or the bench work part of biomedical science. So except, you know, that okay, maybe I don't want to stay on the bench. But one thing I've also learned, which I'll talk about in another video, that most administrative parts of biomedical science to a certain degree also still require you to have like lab experience, lab work with certain things. So at the end of the day, at the beginning you might need lab work, or you might need a bench work, or you might need to have had experience on the bench in some form of way or some form of format. So the rule is don't stay outside of the field too long if you know you still want to come back into the game. Even just know that if I clock out, I clock out, that kind of thing. But with lab work, it doesn't necessarily stay too long outside, doesn't play to our advantage or your advantage when you're applying for jobs at the end of the day. Point number 6, never downplay the importance of networking, researching, and mentorship. I feel like these 3 work hand in hand. When you network, you get to see more people, you get exposed to more things that will, you know, push you to research, and that will push you to maybe get a mentor. And sometimes you work in the reverse, you research, you network, and then you get mentorship or you get mentors. Now, one thing just to note about mentors, sometimes you necessarily don't have to have mentors physically. For me, I had wonderful community. I had mentors around me who were already, you know, in the biomedical science program or biomedical science profession, you know, in different areas, in the lab, academically. Also, because I'm working towards a particular career path, I had not seen people around me or my mentors currently I went on LinkedIn, I started searching the particular career role I wanted, and I started searching about, you know, I found people who were in that particular career role, and I will go to their LinkedIn experience, like their work experience and their educational experience, and say, oh, this person did biology, oh, this person did biological science, this person did chemical science, oh, they went on to be an RA, they went on to be a TA, this other person did this and this. Just looking at what they did in terms of experience, and that helps me know what is feasible for me as a person, that okay, I'm also trying to get to this point. If this person did this person did this, which means, oh, in terms of job, I can look for jobs in this area, I can look for jobs in this area. It gives me more opportunity, it opens up my mind basically. And so that's why I say don't downplay the importance of research. Do research, search people. Like I said, the arc I just mentioned, that LinkedIn arc, looking through people's experience, trust me, it does wonders. It helps you. It really helps you. It helps guide you in a way. It helps you it helps guide you, and it helps you know what is also possible and what is not possible. There's nothing that's not possible, but more about it helps you know what is possible. This is kind of linked to my next point, which is career path in this job, or career path in biomedical science is not linear. It's not a straight road. I think maybe 10 years ago it might have been more linear than it is now, in the sense that, you know, people just, you have to do biomedical science undergrad, you do your MSc biomedical science, you be a biomedical scientist, you work on the bench, you do your PhD biomedical scientist, and you shall remain in biomedical science. But now we all know that in terms of career, a lot of career paths are not linear any longer. Meaning you could do something different. You could do engineering. Maybe engineering is far-fetched. You could do microbiology in your undergrad, do your MS in biomedical scientist, maybe do a couple of courses, become a biomedical scientist. From there, you can go into biotechnology. From there, you can go into quality. From there, you can basically, within the same maybe field, you can literally go like this. So the career path is not linear. It's not fixed. So it is important to be open-minded. Don't say, oh, this is what I want and I'm not getting this, I'm going to wait, I'm going to fight till I get this. Personally, my career, once I started looking for a job, I did not get a BMS role at the very beginning, or rather I got a BMS role, but I got a BMS role in the NHS. I talked about it in a previous video, and I took another job that was not a BMS role, but now I am in a BMS role. So it's just about being open-minded, not like there's something Yoruba people will say. I'll just translate it. It says it's not one road that leads to the market, meaning that there are many roads that lead to the market. So you just have to understand that there are many paths, or there are many turns that will eventually get you to where you need to be. The point is figuring it out. So be open-minded. Don't say, oh, BMS or nothing, band 6 or nothing, band 5 or nothing. Except in cases obviously where you have strict reasons to, you know, stick to that linear path you want to take. I would say be open-minded. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. Be open to pivot. Be open to say, oh, okay, they said I should do this. Jump into quality if you can. You say, oh, quality, or you say, oh, I've tested quality. It's not like I don't think I'm a quality person. You can move into training. You move into training, you're like, nah, I'll stick to bench work. But be open to pivot, and be open to, you know, curves and pivoting in your career path. Last but not the least is be determined. You're going to need a lot of determination. You're going to need to be resilient to actually succeed. I think to succeed in any career path, you need to be resilient. You need to be determined. And biomedical scientist or biomedical science career is no different. You need to be very determined. Train yourself. There's one thing I've learned over. These are things I've literally been learning. It's just that I've trained myself to see opportunity in every role I do. So yes, I might be in a current role which I don't like, or I've been in previous role which I don't like. Oh, I prayed for it, then I get the job and I'm like, oh, maybe this is not really what I want. This is not really the perfect thing I want. But I've trained myself to see opportunities in every single role I apply for, or every single role I'm working in. So okay, this is not what I want. I know what I want. What opportunities can I get? Some set of skills here. What can I build? Okay, maybe financially I might not be able to build so much financially at the point. I might not be able to save much. I might not be able to invest much, or maybe I don't have time as much as I would like to you know, do other things. Okay, time I obviously know is a disadvantage. What can be an advantage? Or are there skills that this current job is offering that I might not be able to get anywhere? When I was working as a technical assistant, as much as I felt that, oh, I was working in the podiatry, and if you know podiatry, honestly, prior to working in the podiatry, I didn't know there was anything called podiatry. God sees my heart. I never knew it. I've never heard it in any way, in any format. I'd never come across it. But I started working in the podiatry clinic. I was like, fit clinic, what's that? And then I just had to tell myself, okay, what can I learn? I'm working as a technical assistant. Honestly, I don't care too much about knowing things about the food or whatever they use. I'm not interested in that. But it was paying my bills, and I had to tell myself, okay, what can I learn in terms of skills? Okay, organization skills, training people, assisting people. It made me familiar. Like, if you see my CV on when I worked in the podiatry clinic, I never mentioned anything about working with feet or what the clinic was actually about, because I know it wasn't relevant to my career path. But then I was able to get other skills that were relevant, that I could tweak to be relevant to my career path. So train yourself to see opportunities in every role that you do. Yes, that is that. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section down below. Maybe you're currently on this journey and there are things you've learned that you would like to share with people, please put them in the comment section down below. I'll be watching out. I also need I'm also in this journey too, and I need all the help I can get. I'm also doing this because one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because funny enough, as biomedical scientists, we don't have as much research as compared to some other careers, and we're doing this to try to put back. So I'll be looking out for points. And yes, I have also more video. If there's any video you like me to do, let me know. More videos are coming. Watch out for this channel, watch out for this space. Please subscribe. It takes a lot for me to do this video. This is currently, what's the time? This is currently, I don't know if you can say, but this is, I'm going to turn. But anyway, this is currently past 5. This is the second take of this video. I've shot this video, I started shooting this video by 4 a.m. and the first one didn't go as planned, and I had to take a second take, and this is literally past 5. So please also subscribe, support me. Don't say she's not posting every time. When I can, I push. I'm going to do better this year, but please subscribe, share with your friends, comment, put something in the comment section, just so I know that this is helping somebody. The goal is to help 1 or 2 people. So if I can help a couple of people, I will be happy. Just let me know that what I'm saying, I'm not just putting it out there on the internet. I'm actually helping somebody out there do better. Thank you so much. Till I come away in another video.